Hi guys, welcome back to the prep series. I am 7 weeks and 5 days out, so basically 8 weeks out. But today I'm going to take you guys through some prep updates and of course a day in my life. But first we have a glutes and hammies because it is a Monday, so let's head to the gym. I made it back from the gym. I had a really good gluten hammy day today. So I've been on my low day menu for the past 2 days. So little prep update for you all. This week we're pulling back a little bit more. So I did hit a new low a couple days ago. It was 129.5. So finally broke that 130 pound mark, which is awesome. Starting to see new lines come in every single day, every single week. So this is really the point in prep where it's like I'm seeing changes happen really quickly. So these next 3-4 weeks or so is when I will see the most amount of changes. And what I mean by that is like getting leaner each week, seeing more striations, more lines, more like my pumps are going to be crazier. So really excited to see like what unfolds in the next few weeks. And of course I'll be bringing you guys along with me for all of that. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, definitely follow me on there because I post a lot on there and I keep you guys updated. But yeah, so this week we're pulling down more. So how we're doing that is I'm now following 5 low days out of the week, and then I have 2 high days, and that is on Tuesday and Saturday, which are my shoulder days, just so I can drive that glycogen out when I'm hitting shoulders. So before, what I was doing were training days and rest days. So I had more higher carb days than lower carb days, if that makes sense. So that's how we're basically pulling down. So actually my high days on Tuesday and Saturday, like I was saying, are higher carb than what my training day menu was last week. So if that makes sense, like those are a little bit higher. I'm sitting at like 150 grams of carbs on those days, which is awesome. I haven't seen above 100 in a little while. And then we're compensating for that by having more low days. And also my cardio is still the same. So 6 times a week, 45 minutes. I do that on the stairs, and then 3 of those are HIIT, which means I do 10 sprints at the beginning of that. I just like max out the Stairmaster and then rest for like a minute and a half. So basically just intervals. But yeah, that hasn't changed. And I am making my meal 4. So since it's a low day, I don't have like pre and post meals because only my meal 1 has carbs. So I am making this meal, which is my chicken, almond butter, and green beans. So we have a little bit of like trace carbs from the green beans, but mainly just fiber. My protein is also higher, which is awesome. So I'm getting like more, obviously like protein. So like this meal, I'm getting more chicken. So honestly, like any food at this point is just good because your girl is hungry. So I just prepped my chicken. Also, my meal 5 is now whitefish. So we're hitting that point in prep where it is whitefish and green beans. I prepped some more chicken and some more tilapia is the whitefish that I always choose. I also do mahi sometimes, but tilapia is a little bit cheaper. So I didn't go to Costco, so I got some tilapia from Publix instead. So that's what we're rocking with. Just show you guys prepping my chicken and my tilapia because my camera was charging. So that's a bummer. But these are the seasonings that I've been throwing on there, and here we go. And seriously, such a good combination. Like, I love these. So I literally, this is all I use. And then, you guys know the drill for my sauce. I've been doing coconut aminos and my avocado lime sauce. I'll show you guys that just in case you haven't followed along with me yet. But this is my favorite. I just grabbed these from Amazon, and 2 tablespoons is actually only 10 calories. So I love this. I swear by this. I got a variety pack. Not gonna lie, this one's my favorite out of all of them. So I just started getting just these. But that's my go-to. So I'm gonna eat this because I am pretty hungry right now. And cleared. I am eating my meals so fast just because I'm so hungry right now. But yeah, let's chat while I put away my chicky meal prep. So for those of you that don't follow along as much, I feel like I say this kind of often, but I don't actually like when I meal prep, like it's not like I'm prepping each meal individually. I just prep each, and I recommend this like for all of my clients because I feel like a lot of people overthink meal prep, but I get these containers and like I prep a bunch of chicken, I prep a bunch of steak, I prep a bunch of rice, green beans, whatever I need. And then when it's time for a meal, I already have it cooked and I just weigh it out. And then once I know that it's getting low, that means I have to take some out from the freezer and then cook some. So I feel like that sounds really like self-explanatory, but I feel like some people need to hear that because a lot of people overcomplicate their meal prep. But I did want to chat. I have been feeling really good. Energy is definitely dropping. In the past few weeks, prep has definitely hit me. And I get really tired. Like my body just feels tired. Obviously because we're in very low amount of calories, like not something that's sustainable long term, which obviously is just a part of bodybuilding prep and it's something that you become used to as a competitor. But yeah, you definitely start to feel it and you're beating your body down pretty bad. So I'm focusing on prioritizing rest. Also at this point in prep, I start to get overwhelmed very easily. So I know that I do have a lot on my plate with my social media and finishing up college and building a coaching business and everything that I'm doing. But I love everything that I'm doing, first of all. So I don't like to complain about it because I love every single thing. And I'm so fortunate to be able to do what I love every single day. But this is the point where I get really overwhelmed. And there are days where everything feels so hard and overwhelming. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm even going to get through today. But you always do. I've never not gotten through a day because I am here standing talking to you guys. So this is definitely the part where I have to focus on my mental and really lock in. But I've been feeling better than I ever have this prep. Even my coach is saying like my mentality is just 180 flip from where it was last year. And I'm just really locked in with everything, really feeling motivated. I feel like this is going to be a great season. I think we're in a great spot. I'm not fighting against time this year and trying to catch up with conditioning. So as long as everything continues to go well, I think we're going to be in a really good spot come this regional show and then nationals after. But yeah, those are kind of my updates on how I'm feeling. Definitely getting tough, but gotta push through. The time will pass anyways, so let's get it. But yeah, I do have a couple more finals, so I'm going to go study for those and work on my final projects, but this is the last week of the fall semester, and then I have summer, and then I graduate. So that's what's going on in my life outside of bodybuilding. But I'm going to go study, and I will catch up with you guys later. Alright, I am back, and it is time for the last meal of the day. Tilapia and green beans. So exciting. It's that time of prep. Like I was saying, whitefish and greens is going to be on a lot more of my meal plan. But that means it's time to get shredded, which is exciting. Also having a ginger ale zero, one of my favorite at the moment. I feel like it doesn't sit too like heavy in my stomach like a Diet Dr. Pepper, even though I'm a huge fan of strawberries and cream. But on my tilapia, I'm not gonna lie, it's really not that bad because, surprise, surprise, I've been throwing on coconut aminos and the same sauce. Pretty solid. But yeah, I've just been honestly sitting in bed doing my homework and just resting because I just feel my whole body is so tired. And I'm getting to the point now, which is so weird, and I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but it's like even my mind is exhausted. So finals it's going rough. It's taking me a long time to do these projects, but we're almost there. So I'm going to enjoy this meal, and that is going to wrap up this prep series episode. So be sure to follow me on Instagram for more daily updates. I'm also posting on TikTok more often, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will be in a few days since I'm posting it twice a week now, just to keep you guys more updated. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.